and they should follow those guidelines. They cannot just go around calling people whatever the
Oh, what were you gonna say, Ayushi? What were you gonna say? Were you gonna cross the line there?
Hi guys, welcome to this week's Chat with Showbiz. I'm Tasneem, and today I'm joined by Tarun Shetty, Trista Doherty, and Ayushi Chabra. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hey.
So the latest news out of Bollywood is that several big producers, 34 to be exact, some of which include star-owned production houses, have come together and filed a lawsuit against two TV stations, Republic TV and Times Now. Their claim is that these stations have basically been doing irresponsible journalism, defamation, and derogatory remarks towards them and the industry as a whole. They feel like they've called them druggies, dirt, scum, and filth, and they're highly, highly offended.
I am so glad that Bollywood is finally taking a stand. It's a little late, but better late than never, because India is a country where herd mentality goes a very long way. And people get very influenced very easily based on emotional reasons, not necessarily for rational reasons. And I think that's exactly what the media has been taking advantage of. I think some sectors of the media have been taking advantage of that. And, you know, in a country like that, where there is free speech, media has to be so responsible. With great power comes great responsibility. You cannot keep going on and calling Bollywood actors and the entire Bollywood industry, which consists of not just actors, but also directors and producers and post-production artists and so many different artists. You cannot call the entire industry filth and dirt and druggies. Based on what fact? Let's just say one thing first. Good journalism is based on what, where, who, why, and how. If those facts are not cleared, then how can you go along and call all these people these derogatory terms? I am so glad. I hope all these channels get sued. I hope Arnav Goswami goes out of work. And I hope he goes back to journalism school and learns how to be a good journalist.
Here's another W for you, Ayushi. How about what the hell are you smoking? I mean, seriously, I think I know what's going on here. This is a conspiracy. All right, conspiracy. There's a puppet show in Bollywood, and the Bollywood stars are merely the puppets with the strings. All right, look, first of all, I don't understand why Amir Khan, Salman Khan, the other Khan, I can't even, I'm so worked up over this. I mean, they're in their 50s, all right? They're 50s. The only drugs they're doing is Advil for their joint relief. By the way, you can say anything you want. It is a free country, all right? I'm sorry Ayushi is stunned. I'm sorry Trista's already offended, I'm sure. I'm sorry you're offended. But look, this is the reality we live in. You can say anything you want. This is digital media, so you can say whatever you want. And hey, you know what? It's not their problem.
I just want to tell you that every single news channel has a program guideline, even if it's on a digital platform, and they should follow those guidelines. They cannot just go around calling people whatever the
Oh, what were you gonna say, Ayushi? What were you gonna say? Were you gonna cross the line there? But guess what? That's okay. That's okay. You know what? Because that's a standard. There's a standard here. It's called the First Amendment right, whether it's in America or India.
Well, I can say that, but I'm not calling anyone bad. Like, I'm not saying anything bad towards someone else. Do you know what I mean? I'm not calling an entire industry druggies.
We need to ask these questions of Bollywood very clearly, and we need to boycott all the druggies of Bollywood.
The problem here is that this is becoming too personal. You're starting to call Riya Chakrabarti, you're calling her a druggie. Based on what fact? The ED has already cleared her. So why is it that like months before the ED cleared her, that Arnav Goswami was going around calling her a druggie? Why? And also remember, a lot of these things are happening against female actors. Like, why?
Oh
Why?
my God.
No, think about these. You have to think about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I definitely agree. In terms of like libel and defamation, it doesn't seem like any Bollywood actor's life has been ruined. It's mostly been actresses, and Riya Chakrabarti especially. And I just found it, you know, without any evidence, it was kind of wild the way the media was talking about her. That being said, they're being sued for injunctive relief, which is essentially just to stop violating libel, slander, and defamation laws. And I think that's a pretty reasonable ask from media companies. It's not like they're asking for damages. They're not asking for them to stop covering the SSR case. They're just asking for it to be a more responsible coverage and for them to go forward more responsibly and abide by the laws.
My thing is the media, they're so corrupted and so influenced by higher power that they're not trying to send out facts. They are just trying to create sensationalism and in part gossip. And that's not fair. You can't call an entire industry, like Ayushi said, bad. That's not how it works. Parts of every industry has issues, but that doesn't mean the entire industry is bad. And right now it seems like girls against you, Tarun, but I definitely agree with the
Good.
girls.
Well, look, let me ask you a question. All right. First of all, Ricky Gervais, who's a comedian, has a great quote. Just because you're offended does not mean you're right. All right. Well, this is a direct quote, which I read that they want withdraw, recall, take down all the defamatory content published by them against Bollywood. So where is that zone? Like, are you going to really nitpick every single word? Oh my God, he insulted my hair. He called me a druggie. Like, where is that line that you can cross, that you can't cross? We're going to be in court for the next 30 years trying to figure this all out. The best way, in my opinion, is freedom of speech. Therefore, India should be allowed to say whatever they want, and these guys are heroes. I love it.
No, I'm sorry. India cannot say whatever they want because free press does not give press the right to defame. And the reason I'm saying that is because Arnab Goswami can say something right now. He can say something like, oh, Deepika Padukone is a druggie, right? He'll say that. And then there's a whole, like, that's appearing on the news channel constantly. Someone sitting in India watching the news randomly. Next thing, you're like, I'm not going to watch any of Deepika's movies because she's a druggie.
These are these celebrities, and like you said, every industry, personal decisions. They are doing this in their own home, in their own private lives. They're not out there selling drugs. They're not out there promoting drugs. Whether they do them or not, it's their personal and own decision. Is that something that we're supposed to now judge them by? Is that something that we're supposed to hate on them by?
I don't think so. I mean, and to circle back to like what Ayushi was saying as well, it's, we have First Amendment rights, but there are limits to what the media can say. You can be sued for libel and defamation. And that's precisely what's happening here. And I think what's even more upsetting about the media's coverage is, yes, it's basically only been actresses. And yes, they're defaming a lot of actresses, but on top of that, there's so much more important news going on at any given time. And they even said in their own special that it might be because people are trying to divert attention away from what's really important in India and what's really happening there, like on a daily basis.
It's different, right? If it's different if you have a YouTube channel, a personal YouTube channel, you can call anyone, whoever, whatever you want. But if it's a news channel that has a broadcast platform and a digital platform, then you have to follow some sort of guidelines.
That's okay. If somebody wants to come and get me, I welcome it. In fact, I wish digital media was around 50 years ago. Can you imagine if Mahatma Gandhi had his own digital media channel? We would have taken on the British in like 3 hours. So I think it's an amazing thing. Keep it coming. Bye-bye, Bollywood. See you later.
All right, guys. Well, this is a hot topic right now in Bollywood. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely like this video. And always don't forget to follow. We'll see you guys next time.